Welcome back to another episode of the Offer Mojo Show, where we are talking about crafting, scaling, messaging, and selling aligned and magnetic offers. I cannot tell you how excited about this episode I am. I have been waiting to record this for months with our guest because this is a topic that is very near and dear to me. And what we're going to be talking about is money, nervous systems, and offers. How to stop stressing and start receiving. This is literally one of my 2026 goals to stop chasing, stop fighting so hard, stop trying so hard to attract clients, but literally to lean into the universe, into the abundance that's already here and allowing those clients, those right fit clients to come to me. So, and I know that we're all in this same page, but let me just give you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about today. So, our guest is going to share how our nervous systems, unconscious money stories, and generational beliefs shape the way we create, price, and sell our offers. Most entrepreneurs think it's about strategy. And, obviously, everyone that knows me, I'm all about offer strategy, but I'm much more about like energetic capacity and all of that kind of stuff. But money anxiety often sneaks up behind the scenes. It's showing up as underpricing our offers, over delivering, avoiding sales conversations, or feeling stuck in scarcity no matter how much we earn. So, we're going to explore how regulating your nervous system and healing money blocks not only helps you feel calm and confident with money, but also helps you to craft aligned offers, sell with more ease, and ultimately receive more abundance. This is so timely. And I'm going to introduce Nicole in just a minute, but I want to mention I am at the tail end of Deepak Chopra's 21 Days of Abundance meditation series. And so this is so timely that we're having this conversation. For anyone who has not done that, who wants to attract more abundance in their life, I highly, highly recommend listening to that meditation series. It's really great. But let me introduce our guest today. Nicole Jones is a money mindset coach, a licensed professional counselor, a brain spotting consultant, and Ayurvedic. Is that how you say this?
Ayurvedic, yep.
Ayurvedic. Okay, Ayurvedic.
Ayurvedic. And that's Deepak. He's into the Ayurveda
Okay,
stuff.
cool. And a yogi. She helps female entrepreneurs stop stressing about money and start receiving more with ease by blending nervous system regulation, brain spotting, spirituality, and mindset work. Through her Awakened Wealth program, Nicole guides women to heal generational money patterns, feel secure in their finances, and create businesses that support both abundance and well being. With over a decade of experience in therapy and coaching, she is passionate about helping women entrepreneurs feel safe with money so they can grow their income and impact without the constant anxiety. Oh my God, you are my person.
It sounds so awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? This is a really, really important conversation for us to have today because I have like evaluated a lot of the trends that are going to be popular in 2026.
Okay.
This is one of them: running a business with a regulated nervous system. So, Nicole, let's dive in. Just first share with us, like, how did you get here? Like, how did you get to be doing what you're doing today?
Well, I will make the story concise.
Okay.
As you mentioned, I'm a professional counselor.
Hmm.
So I've been in private practice for over a decade
Okay.
and primarily working with women's health
Okay.
and overall emotional well-being. That is where most of my certifications, all my focus of study has been. And getting my practice going was hard.
Hmm.
Like I couldn't get it going.
Okay.
And it was just like a constant slug. I really thought that if I would, I just was like, I'm a therapist, I'm licensed, I've got like all these certifications, I'm gonna hang my shingle, and people
Right.
are just gonna come to me. Well, it didn't work that way.
Right.
I had no idea what a money mindset was. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I started my practice, I had no idea. Like I said, got my license, my degrees, my certifications, hang my shingle, clients would come to me. And they weren't coming to me. It was
Mm-hmm.
really slow. And so then I shifted into doing some coaching because that
Okay.
seems to be like the more lucrative thing. And a lot of therapists do that. And that's a whole nother thing we can
Mm-hmm.
go down because
Yes,
it's
I
not
see it. Mm-hmm.
necessarily more lucrative. And doing all of this mindset work. And then I was introduced to money mindset. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my gosh, like all the stuff from my past as a kid. We didn't have a lot. We were not, I was surrounded by wealth, but we didn't have wealth. And watching my parents scrape by and my parents, fight about money and just
Mm-hmm.
the community I lived in, like it was just all these messages I uncovered. But the thing is I kept hiring these coaches and they were doing the mindset work
Right.
and I was doing it, but I wasn't getting anywhere. Wasn't
Mm-hmm.
getting anywhere. And I was at that time, certified in brain spotting.
Okay.
So I'd taken a number of trainings and I knew to make real shifts in your body, you could not work just with your prefrontal cortex. And
Mm-hmm.
this is when you're doing mindset work, you're working with this front part of your brain where you make your decisions, executive functioning, all that stuff.
Right.
And I knew that just doing that work here, while
Mm-hmm.
there was all of this old unconscious gunk
Mm-hmm.
stored in my brain about my feelings of worthiness, what I could
Mm-hmm.
offer, how much money I could actually make. Do I deserve money? Do women deserve to have money? Women aren't, women just have had the ability to have a bank account for like 50 years, like without a man's signature, like all the stuff stored in my system. And I thought I kept trying to mindset my way through it, although I knew better.
Right.
And then finally, I had I just was like, this is where the spiritual part kind of comes in. I
Mm-hmm.
I was like just so tired of hemorrhaging money, giving
Sure.
coaches all this money and not
Mm-hmm.
getting anywhere in my business. I could not get anywhere. I was like, okay, okay. I was literally like, I think I said, okay, God, if this is supposed to be my life with money,
Mm-hmm.
let it be that. Like that's fine.
Right.
That's fine. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm just supposed to, like if I'm not supposed to pay for my kids' college, if I'm, just always supposed to be struggling,
Mm-hmm.
okay. But I was always so anxious about money
Right.
that wouldn't couldn't go away. Even that didn't go away just with my surrender. So that's when I stumbled upon a brain spotting money coach. And I
Okay.
was like,
Okay.
holy crap. Yes, I just want to feel better about money.
Sure.
So
Mm-hmm.
I signed up with her. I was like, ugh, I was like, oh God, here I go again, hiring another coach. Oh God, like what's going
Mm-hmm.
to happen? But I really believed in the power of brain spotting. Like it had changed my life. I saw it change many people's lives. And suddenly, when I first started working with her, I had like 4 clients a week.
Okay.
Okay, I have 5 today. you know, like, today. And I have people who are wanting to get on my schedule. And I'm like, I have 5 today. And that's me saying no. But I was seeing like 4 clients a week. Money was really coming in slow.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly I like doubled my clients. And then that second half, so I started working with her in like June or July, like in the summer. And I
Okay.
doubled the money that I made in the first half of the year, in the
Mm-hmm.
second half of the year. And the next year, I doubled the money that I made all the year prior.
Wow.
And I wasn't even going in wanting to make more money. I just
Sure.
was like, help me feel better about money. I wanted to quit spiraling about how I was going to retire, how I was
Mm-hmm.
going to pay bills, having this
Yes.
intense fear of I'm going to lose my house. I'm terrified to look at my bank account. I can't face my debt. I have all the student loan debt. Like I would be up at night just being crushed by these
Mm.
worries.
Yeah.
And I just wanted freedom from that.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And so I did that. I'm not being very concise. I'm trying to be. And then I found a book called It's Not Your Money by Tosha Silver, which I think I
Yes,
might
you
have
mentioned that to me.
right?
Uh-huh. As
And
a
I'm
matter of fact,
do you have it sitting there?
I do. Right here.
Yay. Love
It's
it.
not your money. Yes.
So I started practicing those things, which is more surrender, more letting
Hmm.
go, more
Hmm.
letting go of control, not
Okay.
grasping, not being attached. And money miracles just started like flowing into me. And then I was like helping I happened to see a lot of therapists in my private practice.
Okay.
I was helping them create their businesses just by working on their money stuff. And I was like, huh, I kind of mind this. This is kind of fun. I'm kind of
Right.
on something.
Yes.
And then eventually, what was my Awakened Wealth was born. It was first called Magical Mystical Money. And then I realized how holistic it is because it's really about all of you. Because when you do this work, when you do brain spotting, when you do unconscious work, it doesn't touch just one part of your life. It
Hmm.
touches all of you.
Yes.
So that, and from there, it was just like this divine download. And that was almost 2 years ago. No, I guess a year and a half ish, maybe a little more than that ago. And
Yeah, that's I love your story. I actually, started with a therapist on in January this year, and it came from a very similar place. Like, okay, I am tired of like not making the money. I am tired of feeling like I'm just not good enough, like my imposter syndrome. I know that there are stories from my past that are sabotaging me and holding me back.
yep.
And oh my God, the work that we have done, and don't, no mistake about it, it has not been easy. Like,
No.
I have spent a lot of Fridays crying, a lot of Fridays crying, right? But I can honestly say at the end of this year that although I don't feel like I've completely like healed like all of my money beliefs, and I want to talk more a little bit about this, I can honestly say I have stepped into my brilliance. Like, I can honestly
Mm,
say I have so much confidence now. I know what makes me unique. I like that imposter syndrome, like, rarely shows up. I did one spotting session. It
okay.
was different. I honestly have to say I was scared of it at first.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my God, like, what is going to come up during this brain spotting session? Like, is this even going to work for me?
Hmm.
And so I resisted it for a while,
Hmm.
but I did do it. And it took me, like, I would say 8 to 10 minutes to like really find like that spot
Hmm.
where like stuff started to like surface for me. But kind of like you said, this money stuff, more often than not, it's not about money.
It's rarely about the money.
No, it's really not. It
Right.
goes back to your worth
Hmm.
and whether or not you feel worthy
Hmm.
to run a business, to charge what you're charging. Do you believe in your offers? Do you like it? There's just so much. I think for me, like right now, there's this belief around not so much around money, but around if I don't keep doing and doing and doing and doing, I'm going
Hmm.
to disappear from the universe,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
Which, of course, like has, causes issues in my nervous system. Like, I
Yes.
get unregulated. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. I'm like, I'm having too many coffee chats. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much marketing. Like, I get like overloaded.
Yep.
And so like what I'm learning now is just kind of to, I think, trust.
Yeah, I was gonna say trust. That is I'm gonna get the, I don't have any tattoos, but I'm gonna get that on my tattooed here. Like this
Trust.
Ishvara Pranadhana, which is surrender, and that's one of
Mm,
Tosha's three jewels. And it is trust. It is
mm,
trusting that life, even if you don't believe in something higher than you, just trusting that life always has your back. And the more
mm-hmm.
you do that, the more it opens for you. And
Yes.
I'm like, I'm with you on this is like a lifelong path for me to just like be able to learn to sit back
Hmm.
and not overdo and not overbook and not overwork and not overcompensate
Right.
and not do all the overs because I'm
Yes.
really, really good at that.
Me too.
And I got like that's part of who my constitution is. I'm go, go, go. I can do
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
And it's just that's what yeah, it's so like it's never really what I'm finding with myself and even with my clients is we're like it happens in layers and we're never really done. And then it's because when you have a next level, like suddenly you're making more money, the old devil shows back up. The
Yeah.
old chatter it can just be in your
Hmm.
head. Da, 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 da. And the thing with like the worthiness, oh yeah, I definitely have been through that. Like there's so much when it comes to money, your ability to receive
Sure.
love, receive money, receive compliments, like all these things.
Hmm.
So working on that, but also like not getting stuck in the like, I'm not 100% worthy, so therefore I can't make money. It's like this knowing like
Hmm.
worthiness is a thing for me, but I don't have to choose to listen
Sure.
to that inner voice that tells
Right.
me I suck.
Hmm.
I can be like, okay, you're there. Thank you for being here. I know you're trying to keep me safe.
Yes.
I know why you're here, but we're gonna try this anyway. I'm
Yes.
gonna raise
Hmm.
my rates. We're gonna do this.
Right. Right.
And I'm going to charge this much, or I'm going to go to this networking meeting, or I'm going to like make my offer, and I'm going to do that. Like, even though it feels a little rocky,
Hmm.
it's okay to feel the rockiness of it.
Yes.
It's like that awareness of knowing that that's where it's coming from.
100%. And I want to go back. I want to circle back to what you
Yeah.
were talking about with allowing and being able to receive.
Yeah.
Um, that's something I have been paying attention to
Mhm.
lately. Is I like you we mentioned about this, like this overgiving. A lot
Mhm.
of the clients that I work with, they are coaches, they are heart-centered people, they're therapists, they're healers, and we have a tendency to overgive,
Yes.
right? It's just we're serving, we are wanting to create transformation in the world, we are wanting to help our clients, and we give and we give and we give,
Mhm.
right? But we never stop to think, who's giving to us,
Right.
right? Who is like, I've noticed like this year that I've always been an overgiver.
Mhm.
And I've noticed as I stepped back and just stopped overgiving, like what happens like when I stop like overgiving? You see like who's showing up for you in your
Right.
life, who's not. This is all
Mhm.
important information. It may not be something we want to see or like accept, but we see.
Mhm.
And I just know when I'm overgiving and overgiving and doing and overdoing that I can't relax. And then I don't have the capacity,
Mhm.
the energetic capacity to receive.
Mhm. Right.
Right. I had a coach tell me, and I kind of wrote a social media post about this, but she told me, and I don't think she had the full picture, but what she was saying is you have a capacity problem. Like you
Mm.
don't have the capacity to take on more clients. And I'm like, that's actually not true. I do have capacity. But what I started to look at was varying levels of capacity:
Yeah. Yeah.
time capacity,
Mhm.
energetic capacity, spiritual capacity. All of this capacity to receive can get in the way.
Right. If you can't receive, you have very little capacity. We need to be able to receive. To have to capacity means like how much can I hold? And if you
Mm.
can't take anything in,
Hmm.
then how much can you hold? Or you let it like flow right through you. And women are not great at receiving.
Yes.
And healers, especially, coaches, therapists, all those, like it's hard for us. So then our
Hmm.
capacity sort of is minimal because we don't receive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a business planning event this week, and on day one, it was all about reflection.
Mm.
Like looking back over the year at what we'd accomplished, what we'd, what we had received, all of the different things. And I literally was shocked. I was so emotional, I could hardly speak
Mm,
to the group because it was like one of the first times where I realized I don't take time
mm,
to celebrate
mhm,
what all I've accomplished. I don't take time to celebrate all the amazing collaborations I had this year, all of the great clients that I worked with. Like, I don't slow down enough
mhm.
to celebrate that and really feel that. That was the first time I allowed it in.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just think that, like you said, like women are not used to receiving. We just
Give, give.
give, give, give,
Yeah.
right?
I'm writing up my blog post for this week is about, I haven't decided the name on it, but it's either going to be called No More Blood Money
Okay,
because,
no more blood money. Okay, I want to hear more about that.
or people pleasing does not equal wealth mindset. Because this
Okay.
idea of we're always giving and
Mm-hmm.
we don't receive and then we overgive. And to me, this idea of like blood money is this like, it's not good. It's like, diamond miners is like, oh my God, I can't buy the diamonds because the people go into the mine and they're like, they die and whatever. But when we give and give and give and give, we're like killing little parts of ourselves when we don't take care of ourselves, when we don't
Mm-hmm.
exercise, when we don't take the space, when we don't receive, when we don't celebrate.
Yes.
And we're so used to doing it that way. And making sure our clients are happy, or we overbook ourselves, or
Mm-hmm.
we overextend ourselves. We say yes when we want to say no. We're like
Yes.
these little parts of ourselves are like dying. And it's all coming from a place of scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have to do this, otherwise, I'm not going to get money. Or my client, if I say this hard thing to my client, then they're going to be like mad at me, and they're not going to come back, and then I'm going to lose their money. And then what if they don't like me? And then they tell their people I don't like me, and like it's all coming from this. It's not a wealth mindset.
Right.
Being in a people pleasing place is not a wealth mindset at all, and it's
No.
opposite of receiving. Like we want to learn to receive and take things in and allow others to give to us, and also not overgive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking when you were talking, I was thinking about one of my clients recently. She was posting something about like working with me on Threads, and she said, Lori is direct and she doesn't sugarcoat things, but she's kind. All I could focus on was like, oh my God, she's telling the whole social media that I'm direct and, don't sugarcoat things. And I'm like, I didn't focus on the fact that she's kind, right? And that I will do anything to help her. I was like, oh my God, people are going to take this the wrong way. But then I stopped and I thought, you know what? I am direct. I'm direct because I care.
Right.
I am
Yeah.
so passionate about my client's success that, and I'm very intuitive. So I'm like in a mindset when I'm working with my clients of like really tapped in intuitively. And when I get an intuitive hit, it just like comes out. Like I'm just direct. I just say what's on my mind. And most of the time it serves me well. But yeah, I guess instead I was just like, yes, okay, I'm direct. So what? Like, so
Right.
what?
That's a great gift. I mean, sometimes I'm like to my coaches in the past, I'm like, just give it to me. Tell me,
Yes.
what do I need to, what do you see? What do I not
What
see?
am I missing?
Because I'm here for a reason. So
Right.
I can like uncover these holes. I can bring consciousness, I can bring the unconscious into consciousness. Like I want that. So you said a couple things that have made me think of the upper limit. Are you familiar with the book The Big Leap by Gay
The big
Hendricks?
leap. Yes.
He
Hmm.
talks about the upper
I
limit.
haven't read it, but yes, I'm familiar with it.
So your upper limit is like your thermometer, your thermostat
Hmm.
that's set within you, like how much you can receive. So if you're used
Okay.
to making like $50,000 a year, and then you start making 60, your system's like, oh no, that's not normal. We're not used to that. We're
Right.
gonna we're going to sabotage and bring it back down here. So one of the things, there's a few ways that you can know that you're like bumping your head into your upper
Okay.
limit. And it's that like not being able to take, like when someone gives you a compliment, you're like focusing on the negative thing. You're like, oh my God,
Right.
like they said I was direct. Oh no, you're fretting
Right.
about that. Um, and then, oh God, the other one just left my brain. That like inability, crap.
Let me do some brain spotting and
My perimenopausal brain.
no worries.
But it is, yeah, it's when you worry, you fret, and you're not able to take in compliments at all. You're like, oh no, oh yes. And so when someone's like, oh, you did such a great job, and you're like, no, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Like, no,
Right.
uh, you
Right.
know. So that's like your thermostat. Like I'm set at this certain place, and then your body's trying to bring you back down, or your
Right.
energy field is trying to bring
Yes.
you back down. Like, nope, you're used to making $50,000 a year. You're not going to go past it. We're going to find a way to keep you there
Right.
by worry and like not hearing the compliments, picking them apart, deflecting.
Me, I know what happens for me when I start thinking about like, having big like months, like financially or yearly or whatever, right? What comes up for me is, oh my God, my life is going to be out of control.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so stressed out.
Mhm.
I'm not going to have time for my marriage. I'm not going to be able to like manage everything and I'm going to fall apart. Like that's what comes up for me is that life is going to be out of control and you're going to be too busy to even like think straight. That's
Yeah.
what I think. But it's like logically my brain says, oh my God, Lori, like, do you know how much about like hiring team? Are you a good delegator? Hell yes, I am.
Mhm.
What would you do if you were so busy? Like, if you were so busy and like, what would you do? I'm resourceful. I would figure it out. But that emotionally,
Right.
that's what comes up for me is like, life is going to be out of control. I'm going to be so stressed out and miserable. And
That's
I
like
think that's
trust.
what keeps me like smaller, right?
Yeah, trust is out the door. Like I can't trust
Mm-hmm.
making all this money because then I'm going to be out of control. Life's going to be out of control. I'm not going to be like okay in my marriage. Like I'm going to all the blah blah blah. It's like this isn't okay.
Right. Yes. I want to go back to something that you talked about,
Yeah.
which is having a wealth mindset.
Mm-hmm.
How do we recognize if we have a wealth mindset or the things that are holding us back from having a wealth mindset?
Well, so to explain that, I think we'll start with what scarcity or lack mindset is.
Okay. Okay.
And that is that like there's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run out. Money is for other people.
Okay.
Wealth is for people who are really smart, or
Mm-hmm.
wealth has been like they just come from a rich family, so they're going to have
Mm-hmm.
lots. There's a lot of competition in the scarcity mindset. There's a lot
Okay.
of comparison,
Mm.
envy, like there's a feeling of like constant struggle, like you're just life is always going to struggle. I used to always I always would feel like I'm in the tough mudder of life, which I don't know if you know what a tough mudder is. It's one of those
Mm-mm.
insane things that people in Colorado do, and probably other places, just like literally crawling through mud and through an
Okay.
obstacle course that I didn't
Okay.
sign up for.
Okay.
And I would
that
never
does
sign up for one of
that
those
doesn't
things.
sound fun
No,
at all.
no. But it's like, oh my God, you're like literally clawing through life
Yes.
every single day. Like you just, and that's scarcity, just like
Mm-hmm.
feeling like there's never enough. And I believe that that is definitely passed down through that can be passed through the generations.
Mm-hmm.
It can be, your grandparents' experience, your great grandparents' experience. My dad tells a story of how his grandma was taking care of him when he was little. Him like his parents were away, and put moldy bread in their lunches because she
Okay.
was from the depression, and she was like, "Well, you got to eat all the food. Like it's food. We could
Mm-hmm.
run out of food,
Right.
you know." And so it's just like these beliefs that are passed from one generation to the next. And then there's also the cultural beliefs, the neighborhood we grew up in, the gender that we ascribe to, like all these things that are like just really in our deep unconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
um how your parents talk to you about money, how you listen to your parents talk about money to each other,
Right.
just so many different experiences of money, having money trauma, having a lot of money and then losing a lot of money. I have clients like that they've had come from families with millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, multiple homes, and lost it all.
Yeah.
Terrified of losing money again.
Mm-hmm.
And so trauma can increase that scarcity mindset because like I've got to hold on tight to everything because we
Yeah.
might run out.
Right.
And that wealth mindedness is knowing there's always enough. And when you have a failure, you see that as a way to learn, and you find a way to make a success out of it. That you don't take it as like, I've got to quit and give up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not comparing yourself, not, I mean, being so much in competition with other people or even yourself. It's just knowing everything's okay. And I think people who are more in that wealth mindset see money as a tool to get through life versus like
Okay.
a need and necessity. It's like, well, this money,
Mm.
with money, I can do these things and I can do that. But it's like they don't hang all of their worth on it.
Mm.
They don't hang and just because you have a lot of money does not mean you're in a wealth mindset. Like that does not mean anything.
Right.
Otherwise, my client who's come from a family who's lost millions and millions of dollars, if they had a wealth mindset, they would not have lost millions and millions of dollars, most likely, because they wouldn't
Right.
have had to like hemorrhage it, you know?
Sure. Okay.
So having money does not equal a wealth mindset at all.
Interesting.
Right. Like I said, I have clients who drive really nice cars, have everything they need, and they're terrified of losing their money.
Mm.
So, okay, you asked me scared wealth, what wealth was. What was the second part of that?
I think you've talked about
Did
it
I
of just kind of
answer
like
it?
how you can recognize if
Okay,
you're in scarcity mindset or in a wealth mindset.
right.
And here I want to ask a very specific question
Yeah,
because I'm hearing this in all business communities, like everywhere.
yeah.
People aren't buying right
Oh,
now. People are holding on to their money. The economy is bad right now. This is all money stuff.
mm-hmm.
Come to me from a wealth mindset, from a as a money coach,
Mm-hmm.
and talk to me about those statements. What's happening there? How do you know how much it's true, how much it's not true? Like, what's going on?
I honestly, this might not be what you want to hear, but uh, you don't listen.
Okay.
You don't, that is their truth. What's
Okay.
true is true for a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it is, we can get so caught up in this, like, well, this is the facts. But then you've got these other people who are still making a boatload of money in
Mm-hmm.
this economy. That's crap. Like I hear therapists telling, I mean, and I really, so for me, it is partially is like not listening.
Okay.
And the law of attraction, I love. I have a love hate relationship with the law of attraction because I do think there's some truth, but I also think they disregard the nervous system part of things in
Mm-hmm.
certain ways. Um, but just you don't go there. You just don't let it into your brain.
It's
If
like
you
you just don't buy that story.
don't buy the story because it's not always, it doesn't have to be true for you, and you just don't know for sure what's true. And I hear and I so I'm in like therapist groups and I hear about like my client caseload is falling off, blah 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 blah, and I have to be like learn to be very much like, okay, not going to buy into that
Mm-hmm.
because I'm having a very different experience as a therapist right now,
Okay.
as a coach. It's very
Mm-hmm.
different. But there's a lot of people out there who are like, no one's coming to therapy anymore. No one wants to pay out of pocket. Like I've never taken clients who used insurance. Like like now I've got a great practice. So I think my answer to that is choose to believe what you want to believe. Choose to
Okay.
see what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Choose to do choose to work towards being in that wealth mindset
Mhm.
and not just, it's so easy to get, I mean, the majority of our culture is in scarcity. So it's
Yeah.
really easy to get into those murky waters and believe
Yes.
all the crap.
Yes,
And I'm
it
not
is.
saying that like poverty isn't real and racism,
Yes.
like those things are, oppression is absolutely true. Like those
Yes.
things, they get people, there's a, they have a different path to walk. Absolutely. Could they, can you shift your mindset as someone who's lived in those circumstances? Absolutely. I know them. I have clients who've been them.
Hmm.
So they have different circumstances and challenges to face when you're
Yes.
not a white woman living in Boulder County or wine country. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Ex-
different.
Exactly.
So,
I get it.
so those
Hmm.
things can definitely be true, but do you have to believe that no one's buying? I don't
No,
think so.
no, we don't
I'm
have
not
to
going to
believe
believe
that.
that.
Yeah. Let's talk. Let's dive into the other piece that we thought that we said we were going to be talking
Yeah.
about, and that is our nervous system
Yeah.
and like what happens in our business when our nervous system is not regulated, when we don't have this, a wealth mindset or just I think a growth mindset
Right.
in general, right? Or an abundance. I like abundance
Okay.
mindset. Like that's one of the things I've been looking at like lately. It's like, okay, I may not have like all the money in the world. Like everyone thinks, oh, abundance is money.
Mm-mm.
It's not like, oh my God, I have so much love in my life. I
Right.
have like the best health, other
Yeah.
than like some insomnia. Um, my spouse is 15 years cancer free.
Oh,
Like we live in a beautiful home in beautiful wine country, surrounded by so many loved ones, and
mhm.
we're healthy. Like we're
Yeah.
not on
That's
any medications, like we're not in the hospital. Like there's a lot of people much younger than us that do not have that kind of abundance. So
right.
I'm working on like switching how I view abundance. and
Right.
and like I said in the beginning, I'm working on like my nervous system. I
Right.
find if I can regulate my nervous system, that I honestly, I do better. Like
Hmm.
things naturally come to me.
Right.
When I am having fun in my business, when I say, you know what, I'm tired, I'm starting to feel overwhelmed, I'm shutting down
Yep. Yeah.
and I let go. It's amazing. Like
Right.
people just come and like sign up for, it's like, where did this person come from?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but
Just be in
it's
tune with yourself.
yes, I aligned and I stay regulated.
Yeah.
So give us some tips on how do we stay regulated
Yeah.
when we are running a business. We all know that entrepreneurship can be hard. I always
Like
like the
get there.
saying, choose your hard, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Everything in life can be hard.
Right.
So it's a gift for you to be able to run a business and have that kind of personal freedom. That's a gift.
Yeah.
So choose your heart. But let's
Right.
still talk about how do we stay calm
So
and regulate that nervous system.
I think, first of all, what I want to say is that if you have a pretty strong scarcity mindset, you
Hmm.
are usually typically pretty dysregulated.
Got it. Okay.
So, and the thing, so regulation, like you said, 2026, it's everywhere.
Hmm.
2025, it's like it is the word of the
It
century,
is. It
right?
is. Uh huh.
The thing with our nervous system is we want it to move between the states as needed. So the goal isn't just to be calm all of
Hmm.
the time. Because
Okay.
if you are getting chased by a tiger, you don't want to sit back and take a deep breath. You know, like that's not, your nervous system works the way it does to keep you safe and to keep
Hmm.
you healthy and to keep you alive. So this idea of being regulated all the time is just not possible.
Okay.
And it's kind of I'm like on a little like with this lately, but it's not the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. All
You're
right.
supposed to feel, like getting into a little, sympathetic part, which is the fight or flight. A little bit of sympathetic helps you get up in the morning. It
Mm,
helps you go to the doctor to make sure you're cancer free for 15 years. Like
mm-hmm.
a little bit of like, you need that. You
Sure.
need it. And then you need your little, the dorsal vagal part of your nervous system to like help you fall asleep, to help you rest, to help you meditate. Like we
Mm,
need these things. And we also need to like know when to swerve when a car is gonna like run a red light, and we know when to
mm-hmm.
run if the tiger's coming after us. So like the goal with nervous system regulation is ideally to be able to move freely between the states
Mm-hmm.
as they come, and to not get stuck in one, and not get stuck in dysregulation, which is fight or flight, also frozen, and then there's the fawn, which is the people please, oh my god, I got to make sure everyone's okay.
I love that. I love
So
that.
you want to make sure you can move between those things. So I think you mentioned a lot of things, just being in touch with your system, like, oh, I'm overworking, I'm
Mm-hmm.
overdoing, I'm networking too much, I'm marketing too much, I need to take a break from myself.
Sure.
And I think, you know in Ayurveda we have this practice called dinacharya,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically means your daily practices. So like how you start your day,
Mm-hmm.
how you live your life every day, if you're not conscious and aware of it, becomes your life. So if you're waking up first thing in the morning, you're diving in, you're checking your phone, diving
Sure.
into email right away, you're cortisol, 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 cortisol. So I
Mm,
say one of the best ways to help keep yourself regulated is having an intentional morning practice.
got it.
And that doesn't mean you have to sit on a cushion and meditate for an hour and then do 2 hours of yoga or whatever. That is
Right.
literally taking a deep breath and breathing down
Mm-hmm.
your body and into your feet. And then
Mm-hmm.
breathing up through your feet into your heart. And just going back, like just being like, this is what I'm going to do every day. Before I look at my phone,
Yes.
I have
That's
one
the
coach.
key.
That is
Before
one
you
of
look at your phone.
before
Right.
you look at your phone, like the way you start your day takes over your whole day, and it becomes your whole life. So if you wake up every day and the first thing you're doing is like checking your email
Mm-hmm.
and you just get off to the races, then suddenly you're 65 and you're like, god, I've been stressed out my whole freaking life.
Right. Right.
So that's one thing. That's one tip, is to just start your day. I have one coach who says she never checks her phone in her bed. She never looks at Facebook. She's like, who do you want in your bed with you? She's like, I'm always like, who's going to be in bed with me? Like, I don't need anyone in bed with me but my husband. But if I'm looking at my email or checking Facebook or Instagram, she's like, then I've got like thousands of people in bed with me. I don't want that.
That's so funny. That's such a good way to look at it. I love that.
So yeah, like starting your day intentionally,
Mm-hmm.
being in touch with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
taking breaks, exercising. Oh my God, 10 minutes of quiet where you're not taking in anything.
Yeah.
Because I can listen to a podcast, a book. I love learning, like it's
Mm-hmm.
my passion. But my brain needs to look out the window sometimes.
Yes.
So just taking like movement, quiet,
Mm-hmm.
boundaries around uh, when you see clients, having some structure to your day.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Um, and then, of course, doing that inner work that
Right.
needs to be done. If
Yeah.
you're really chronically dysregulated, if you're in that scarcity place most of the time and you're chronically dysregulated, mindset work might not be enough for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You might need more. Some people can do mindset work. Some people, their life has been okay, and that works for them. It did
Sure.
not work for me.
Right.
I had too much stuff, crud,
Yeah.
out in
I
my
had to
brain.
heal deeper. For me,
Yeah,
it's like I can't just like tell myself like try to fix my brain. Like I had to go deep.
yeah.
That's just like who I am. One of the things that I do, kind of speaking to what you're talking about, is at my end of my day, I'm blessed. I live in California, so most of the time the weather is pretty good. It's sunny. I get outside. I walk to the gym. I
Hmm.
lift weights. I walk
Hmm.
home. It just kind of like balances me. And I'm like you. Like I could learn to. I could throw on a podcast, and sometimes I'm telling myself, oh my God, you need to learn more. You need to put on a podcast. But then other times I'm just like, Lori, you love music.
Hmm.
My brain just craves
Hmm.
music.
Yeah.
There's just something about it that lifts me up. It just makes me feel good. It helps me unwind, um, raises my energy.
Yep.
So yeah, I there was one other thing that I was going to mention. I have menopausal brain.
It's so
So
fun.
yeah, who knows what it was, but we are getting close to like ending. What I want to
Mhm.
do real quick is I want to tie everything we have been talking about, the wealth mindset, the regulating the nervous system, our worth, our overgiving, all of that stuff, and I want to tie it back to our offers
Yeah.
and how this all shows up
Hmm.
with like our ability to craft offers that feel aligned with us, to sell those offers, to market and show up to talk about those offers. Like, tell me, like, just let's wrap it up and summarize like why this is so damn important and related to our offers.
Yeah. So I think that I've had amazing offers before I did my work.
Hmm. Okay.
I had amazing offers,
Okay.
but I couldn't sell them
Okay.
because, first of all, my offer didn't really come from me. It came from a coach,
Aha.
right?
Hmm.
So it felt really unsettling within me.
Yes.
But I was such a people pleaser and wanted to make my coach happy. I just went with it. And she told me, and she was the expert, right?
Hmm.
So, so like really listening to that
Hmm.
inner, because if it doesn't feel good to you,
Yes.
then it's not quite right.
Yes.
And then even deeper than that, if you've got these beliefs like, it can't happen for me, I can never really have a successful business. No one really wants this.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, like no one's going to pay for this. Oh my gosh, I'm overcharging. I don't know. Should I charge this? Should I charge that? I don't know. Like if you're got all these like struggles underneath that,
Right.
those are things to pay attention to. And I think for me, when I was back working with my first coaches, I just tried to ignore that and just like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it completely, by not listening to what was happening, like under the surface
Yes.
for me, it was, I just, I couldn't do, because for me, my unconscious mind is so strong that it's like, nope, you're not in alignment.
Right.
This is not going to work. And you're
Yes.
not believing you can really charge 10K for this package. That's not really going to happen.
Right. Right.
You know, like, so there was so much work underneath the surface. So I think finding that alignment and really believing in, because I know you're the offer expert and you help people procure these beautiful offers. Like they gotta like, yes, this is it. This feels good
Hmm.
to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
And if you're
That's
like,
it. It's so funny that you said that coaches told you this is how you are. You need to craft your offer.
mhm,
I never do that. Like
mm,
never. Like I want to make that very, very, very clear to my audience. That
mhm,
is not the way I operate. It
yeah,
is all about alignment. And
yeah,
I'm the
yeah,
one helping you figure out, does this really feel aligned? And if
yeah,
it doesn't, we're not creating it. If someone told you you need to have a group program because that's the only way that you're going to scale, but you don't want to do a group program, we're not doing one.
yeah. Don't do it if you don't want
No,
to.
because yeah,
That's
it's just
work.
like I've been down that road. Like I fell in. Oh my God, I fell in. And I don't know how I did it. FOMO, I guess. But
Well, now you know, but that makes you better at
yeah,
what you do because you've
yeah,
been there, done
9 years.
that,
For
and all
9 years, I never, ever, ever ran a Black Friday sale. I am like, I refuse to
that.
be a part of that noise. I am not doing that. This year, I don't even know why I did it. I just decided,
You
oh,
did
let's
it.
have
You just
fun.
listen.
Let's do a Black Friday sale.
Right.
Miserable. Like miserable. I had fun creating it because I got to use my creativity. Hardly anybody's opening emails. I there was so much noise on Black Friday offers. I'm like, I will never, ever, ever do that again. It's
Yeah.
so out of alignment, like with who I am. Like it's just not.
But I think
So
you raise a good point that sometimes you have to try things and find out like, nope, that's not
yeah,
quite for me, you
yeah,
know?
hmm,
And and that's okay. And sometimes you have to try your offer and be like, oh, I need to tweak it this way. I need to
sure,
tweak it that way,
100%,
you know?
100%.
So, because I think your offer ideally should kind of evolve and change as you're expanding.
1,000%. Yes.
Right? And you
A
see what your
thousand
clients
percent.
need and what people want. And you're like, ooh, this works better. And like, so that is different. But yeah, but you've really got to make sure that underlying chatter,
Hmm.
you at least have to know what's there and listen to it and acknowledge it. You don't have
Yeah.
to believe it. You maybe not, don't even need to do the unconscious work about it, but you're just like, it's just like I said earlier, like, there you are again. That thing that's saying to me, like, but you're not good enough. You don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Oh, thank you for being there.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to keep me safe, but I think we can do this. Just
Yeah.
trust me. I've
Hmm.
got us.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Exactly. Getting rid of all of that and just like you said though, acknowledging it because
mhm,
it's going to show up.
always,
um,
always.
always. But we have to just say, okay, like you said, thank you for being there. We're going to try anyway.
Yeah,
And even if it doesn't work,
it's
okay,
okay.
that's fine. Let's figure out why. Why didn't it work?
Right.
Right?
I
What do
got
we
you.
need to tweak? What do we need to change?
Mhm.
What part is out of alignment? What part is not resonating with your audience?
Right.
Um, so
Right. That's just what it is.
yeah,
And not
absolutely.
getting dysregulated around that. Like, oh my God, I failed. That's scarcity mindset of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just got to give up. It's like, no, let's take what we can learn from this,
Hmm.
tweak it, and we just keep going.
Right, right. Yeah. So, how I know that what is the best place for listeners to find you, and what's the best place to kind of like get a taste of the work that you do?
Yeah, Instagram. I'm at the real Nicole Jones, Nichole, and then my website, awakened-wealth.com,
Okay.
and they can sign up. I'll send them on my website. I'll send them my ways to start changing your relationship with money, and then you'll be on my list, and then you can go back and read about, no more blood money if you want.
No more blood money.
Your blood.
I'm going to be looking for that blog. I'm telling you.
It's coming. It'll be there in a couple days.
Yeah, I know you have something called "What's Your Money Block." Find out what's keeping you
Oh yeah.
from feeling calm and finally getting ahead. Tell us a little bit about that because I will put that link in the show notes.
Yes, that is just it's basically a quiz
Hmm.
that'll take you through a bunch of like questions and like help you figure out what's getting in the way
Hmm.
of making money.
Got it.
Very simple. And then I
Okay,
give you some ways to like work with that.
sure. Okay, perfect. So thank you so much, Nicole, for being here. This was an amazing session. I cannot wait for this to come out. I may even release it early just because I'm that
Yay.
excited about it.
That'll be good for the new year, right?
It will be 100,000% will be. So I may like just squeeze it in January. So
Well, thank you
thank
so
you.
much. It was such a joy to be here.
All right, take care.
You too.